Didn't we have WrestleMania like 2 weeks ago, and now we're already going into WWE's Backlash from St. Louis? Yeah, I thought so. This pay-per-view has come up so quick and so fast, it's to the point that I'm doing my reactions 48 hours right before the event starts, because honestly, I totally forgot about it. Anyways, here are my Backlash predictions for 2025, going into a very interesting pay-per-view, to say the least. First match on the card is the Intercontinental Championship, Dominic Mysterio defending against Penta. On the books, this match is going to cook. I'm really looking forward to seeing a new young style luchador versus a very well-established luchador like Penta going into what finally feels like the Intercontinental title means something all around. Dominic Mysterio, and I'm not saying, hold on, let me run this back. I'm not saying the IC title hasn't meant anything. It just feels that we have a realistic person that we can chase for the IC title now, and it could get dropped at any moment. Braun Breaker, even though he dropped it earlier last year a couple of times, this one is one of these ones where Dom is truthfully that underdog as champion. Gunther, we never really ever saw dropping the IC title until it was a very prominent and solid situation for him to do it. Now, with Dominic Mysterio, he could drop it on an episode of NXT if it happened, if they booked it correctly. But with this match, Penta versus Dom, I think this is going to be a flawless situation for two guys to really show their skills. I'm personally saying Judgment Day is going to get involved, and somehow this builds to a feud between Dom and Finn Balor, maybe at Money in the Bank. But realistically, I don't see Dom losing in his first defense of the IC title, so I'm going to go with Dominic Mysterio. Pat McAfee versus Gunther. Is there really much to say about this match other than Pat McAfee has cooked on his promos? Gunther's going to kill him. Rest in peace, Pat McAfee. Moving on. Becky Lynch versus Lyra Valkyria for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. Now, Lyra Valkyria has done a great job with what she's had to work with as the Women's Intercontinental Champion. But with Becky Lynch being back, she has brought out a whole new persona of Lyra Valkyria that I didn't even know she could produce. Becky has brought the best out in Lyra, both on the mic and with her current attitude. I want to say Lyra retains and goes over on Becky, but there are so many other options if Becky Lynch wins. It is now the rookies and the new blood coming and chasing, you know, one of the best to ever do it for the women in the man Becky Lynch. Becky as a heel is crazy good, and Becky as a heel with a title is even better. I want to see NXT talent challenging Becky Lynch. I want to see talent on Monday Night Raw that we've kind of forgotten about, like the Zoe Starks challenging Becky Lynch for the Intercontinental Championship and really pushing that barrier for the women's division to grow and not just focus on the WWE World title. I really think there's a lot of story to be told with Becky and Lyra, but Becky holding the title is a much better option, especially going into the summer with these fast up-and-coming European tours and the major PLEs like Money in the Bank and SummerSlam. Becky as IC champion, I hate to bring back the old stereotype, but it's best for business. So I'm saying Becky goes over on Lyra Valkyria. Jacob Fatu, LA Knight, Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre. The match I am looking forward to. We've got Timu Undertaker versus and Big Daddy Drew versus the Samoan Werewolf Jacob Fatu for the United States Championship in a fatal four-way. I don't care. I love that Jacob is US champion. I want Jacob to have a great United States Championship run, but the story between these four, with Solo also involved, this is a fatal five-way in my mind. Solo is going to get involved, and with Nick Aldis planting that little sprinkle of doubt in Solo's ear this past week on SmackDown, there is so much more to be told. Drew's probably going to get screwed by somebody. LA Knight's going to try and get his stuff in. Damian Priest is going to do what Damian Priest does and beat the crap out of people. But at the end of the day, Jacob is going to find a way to come out on top and retain his United States Championship. We can't forget about Solo, because we could get a massive turn by Solo and have us go into potentially Money in the Bank with Solo now chasing the US title. I don't even know if Money in the Bank is the next pay-per-view. I'm doing this whole video on a whim, but my point being is Jacob is a wanted man. It feels like the US title has more relevance on SmackDown right now than the WWE Championship. No disrespect to John Cena and Randy Orton, which is going to main event this show, but this match feels like it means way more, and I think the crowd is more up for this match, even though it's in St. Louis with Randy. I think this is the match of the night. So anyways, Jacob Fatu to retain his United States Championship. Hold on a second. Weren't we supposed to get Logan Paul versus Jey Uso for the World Heavyweight Championship this weekend? Can somebody explain to me what the hell happened to that match? Because last I realized, I'm pretty sure Jey Uso was defending against Logan Paul at Backlash. I'm not too sure if I got that wrong, but it was a whole build. And then this past Monday night on Raw, Jey defended the world title against Seth. And then they didn't even give Logan a televised moment. We had to go to the WWE social media side of things to really find out, and he happened to have shown up when the show went off the air. Netflix has 3 hours. I'm not trying to disregard how WWE did this, because WWE focusing on their social medias is such a great option to draw more people and get more views and clicks. I thought Logan Paul was going to be on the show in Omaha, and they did announce it at the start of the show in Jey Uso's promo. So unless this was a massive last minute creative decision, why is Logan Paul not facing Jey Uso for the World Heavyweight Championship? So please, can somebody please explain that to me in the comments below, because I swore, unless I am living in another dimension, I swore Jey Uso was facing Logan Paul at Backlash. John Cena versus Randy Orton for the undisputed WWE Championship. Randy Orton returning home and main eventing in St. Louis, Missouri. It's 2025. We are getting John Cena versus Randy Orton in the main event for a WWE Championship in 2025. The last time I saw this, I'm pretty sure it was 2007. Randy Orton was kicking people's heads off. John Cena walking around, kissing babies, going to charity events, and doing everything Vince McMahon wanted him to do, to be the face of WWE. How 20 years changes people. And now we have Randy Orton telling John Cena he should have had some kids and smartened up. What a promo, by the way. But we have John Cena versus Randy Orton. This has been a great build between two legends of WWE. And honestly, this match, if it wasn't John Cena's retirement tour, I could see this match going to Randy Orton. Really deep down inside, I think everybody knows that Randy Orton is not winning this match. It is, and I feel that we are going to get the same thing we got at WrestleMania on night 2. We are going to get a slow burn of a match. It's not going to be high paced. It's going to be going through the steps, allowing John to really bore the crap out of St. Louis. Randy's going to get his RKOs in, but when it comes down to it, it's going to be a blah finish where John Cena grabs his title and just walks out and says, okay, next, I'm on my retirement tour. You got 24 more appearances of. So really, this is all to tell the story about John Cena and leading into either Cody coming back and taking his title back at the end of the year. But really, I don't see Randy Orton taking it, as much as I would love to see Randy get a 15th, 16th, and 17th title. I don't see it happening. I don't see John Cena dropping his title in St. Louis. Now, don't get me wrong. If John Cena drops the title, I will go absolutely mark out mental, but it's not happening. Anyways, guys, let me know in the comments what you guys think are going to be the results of Backlash 2025. I'll be live on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/MrTeshk, and here on YouTube at 7 p.m. Eastern, live for Backlash.